to Southwest Championship Wrestling, America's #1 wrestling program. I'm Steve Stack. It's my pleasure to be here at ringside with Scott Casey, who I'll be talking to in just a moment. What a great lineup we've got for you today. The U.S. Girls Championship on the line. Judy Martin defends her title against Velvet McIntyre. You'll see the Sheepherders. Bobby Jaggers is here, and much, much more. So don't go away. Southwest Championship Wrestling coming into the ring in just a few moments. Scott, great to have you here today.
Thank you, Steve. I tell you, it's really super to know that you're seen all over the country like we are, and especially to know that you're going to go to Hawaii. We'll be there this month, and we'll be wrestling in Honolulu and I believe Maui. We're also going to St. Louis and just all over the country. So Southwest Wrestling is viewed all over. You know, people say, is it really viewed everywhere? Well, believe you me, I'll come back with stickers on my luggage and prove it to you. But we're looking forward to seeing everybody, and I'm looking forward to seeing this show today.
And you'll be back a little later on. Stick around, don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, Southwest Championship Wrestling, the bell about to sound for the first match, so don't go away. We'll have it right after this.
Now, Southwest Championship Wrestling offers you the exclusive sturdy athletic tote bag, the same bag used by the professionals themselves. This genuine simulated leather bag has room for all your jogging, running, and workout gear. Plus, it makes an ideal overnight bag to take with you wherever you go. If you order now, you'll receive absolutely free an emblazoned headband, warm-up towel, and drink cooler, absolutely free. The supply is limited, so order now at the low, low price of only $14.95 plus postage and handling. To order, call this toll-free number, 1-800-845-9000. That's 1-800-845-9000. 1-800-845-9000. Or send cash, check, or money order for $16.95 to Southwest Championship Wrestling Tote Bag, 831 Fulton, San Antonio, Texas, 78212. For faster service, call now. 1-800-845-9000. Call now. Master charge and Visa accepted. Call now. The headband, cooler, and towel are free.
Your first event of the evening, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, 234 pounds, he is Cocoa Samoa. Introducing his opponent, he is from Dallas, Texas, 239 pounds, he is Sweet Brown Sugar. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
Well, our ring announcer, Joe Blanchard. Introduction to the first match, Sweet Brown Sugar up against Cocoa Samoa. It's Sugar backing Samoa into the rope. Off the ropes comes Cocoa Samoa. Shoulder tackle sends Sweet Brown Sugar down. Over the top goes Sweet Brown Sugar. Over the top again, Sugar. Gets in front of Cocoa Samoa. Has him up for a slam and throws him down. Drop kick. Cocoa Samoa hits the deck. Samoa up and down. He goes again with an arm drag. Well, Sweet Brown Sugar from Dallas, Texas stirs him up quick here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Sugar holding on to that left arm. Cocoa Samoa trying to push Sugar back onto the ropes. He's got him back there. He's trying to get a break. Sugar breaks, and Cocoa Samoa backs away. U.S. Girls Championship coming up a little later on here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Off the rope, Sweet Brown Sugar with a shoulder tackle, knocks Cocoa Samoa down. Over the top goes Sugar. Oh, and he does a flip and catches Cocoa Samoa as he went over and had him down for a 2 count. Cocoa Samoa said something about the little hair pulling, and it looked like he was going to reach up and grab Sweet Brown Sugar's hair, but the referee, Jack Howe, was right there. He couldn't do it. Down goes Sweet Brown Sugar, and he had a handful of hair that time, I believe. You can tell by the reaction of Sweet Brown Sugar what had happened. With a head scissors, Sweet Brown Sugar locking it on Cocoa Samoa. Count of 1. trying to kick out. Sweet Brown Sugar has it locked on tight. And Cocoa Samoa kicks up. Backing towards the ropes. Cocoa Samoa in front. The referee says break. Oh, and Samoa throws a punch on the break. He grabs Sweet Brown Sugar. Brings him out to the center of the ring. Right to the head. Very close to the eyes that time. That may have been very close to the throat. In fact, it could have been a karate blow. Cocoa Samoa doing all this away from the eyes of the referee, Jack Howe. Headbutt. Ha ha. Oh. Sweet Brown Sugar just stands there, and there's that soup bone, as he called it. Knocks Cocoa Samoa down. There's a headbutt. Cocoa Samoa hits the mat. Well, Cocoa tried a couple of those cocoa butts. They didn't work. Sweet Brown Sugar took it all, and then he came up with a headbutt of his own. And Cocoa Samoa is begging Sweet Brown Sugar to stay off of him. Sweet Brown Sugar rolls him over. Here comes the count. 2. That's all. Rakes the fingers across the face. Snapmare. That was almost in the throat. Ducked underneath. Oh, he went for a drop kick. And Cocoa Samoa was out of the way. Close to the ropes. He dropped him over that top rope. Sweet Brown Sugar's up on the middle rope. Flies through the air with a drop kick. Cocoa Samoa is down, and Cocoa Samoa is out. 1, 2, 3. Sweet Brown Sugar comes up. The winner over Cocoa Samoa. Coming out now, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can hear the crowd with the whistles in the background, Christopher Love, the manager of Tully Blanchard, down here off on the left, is making his way up here. And here he comes with the pink carnation and all. And ladies and gentlemen, here he is again. Christopher Love, the manager of Tully Blanchard.
Christopher Love is here. Christopher Love is excited.
Why is Christopher Love excited?
Tully wants me to relay a message. I'm so excited. I've never been this thrilled. The biggest, ugliest, fattest slob in the world happens to be in San Antonio, Bob Sweetan. I'm here to deliver a message. We want a title match. Tully deserves a title match, but we don't want it in Madison Square Garden. We don't want it in the Olympic Auditorium in LA. We want it right here on television. Bob Sweetan says, no way. He is so afraid of Tully Blanchard. Of course, who wouldn't be? The most gorgeous professional wrestler in the world, Tully Blanchard. Wrestling's Red Rocker. Mr. Sweetan, if you have 1 ounce of nerve left, take this match. Give Tully the chance. We just want 1 chance. Tully wants 1 chance. You know, he's out sunning himself in the Bahamas. God, I wish I was there. But I'm here to relay a message, doing my job. Bob Sweetan, next week, whenever, we just want the match. Silence! Silence, everybody. Can you believe these people? The rudest people come from Texas. I can't believe this. I lost my train of thought. Oh, Bob Sweetan. Oh. The only stipulation we ask is that he put a paper bag over his head before Tully wrestled him, of course. Gosh, that boy's ugly. But honest to God, now we really want this, and we're serious. Just a title match with Bob Sweetan, please.
So, if I've got it all right, you have challenged Bob Sweetan. So far, he's refused to meet your man, Tully Blanchard.
Refuse? He won't even hear of it. He is so scared of wrestling's Red Rocker, the most gorgeous professional wrestler in the world, Tully Blanchard. But you know, I'm out here, I guess, to embarrass the man into a match. It's the only way we can force it. He's also afraid of me, of course.
Thank you very much, Christopher Love. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more exciting action here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. do me the pleasure to have here with me the Southwest Heavyweight Champion, Bob Sweetan. And, of course, you saw just a few minutes ago what was standing up here.
Talk to anybody, won't you, Steve?
Well, I don't think I had much choice, as he is the representative of Tully Blanchard. Challenge you on behalf of Tully Blanchard for that Southwest Championship. They want it right here on television.
You know something? This man gets up here, if that's what he is, and tells everybody he's Tully's business manager. Well, that's a little hard to believe. I wonder what kind of business Tully Blanchard's in. It seems that he's been taking care of business, so he can't handle these little things of being on television. He needs somebody to do his talking for him. Well, Blanchard didn't need anybody to do your talking for me when you tried to rip off my ear. You didn't have to have anybody talking for you when you put the bounty hunters on me, when you had your stooges running in on the matches on me, when you tried to drop me on my head and put me out of the sport of professional wrestling. Now you get some thing that's supposed to be your manager and come up here and put out a message and a challenge to me that you want a title match right here on television. What do you think, that this thing that you have as a manager is going to give you a little extra edge? Blanchard, you and I have been through fights and we've been through wars, and I still have the title. What about the tape that you stole where I beat you right in the middle? I haven't forgotten that either. You've been embarrassed and humiliated by me many times before. And I don't think I have to embarrass you anymore, because you should be embarrassed enough with a thing like that as a manager. But if that's what you want, deep down inside, that's what you really want, Blanchard, well, then you can have it. That's right. Maybe you can't believe your ears, but you can have a title match right here on television. I'll tell you what, I'll even make it nice and soon for you. If your manager or whatever he is can get a hold of you while you're sunning in the Bahamas, get your butt up here, and next week you can step in the ring with me for a title match. You can try and get a shot at this, because that's all you're going to do is get a shot. Blanchard, you've been embarrassed, and I'm going to embarrass you right here on national television, because I'm going to put your shoulders down for a 1, 2, 3.
Next week?
Yes, next week.
Good.
If he wants to accept it, if he has the guts now, the ball's in his court, he can do what he wants.
He may not want to come back off the island.
He's got any sense.
Thank you very much, Bob. Good luck to you when you meet him. Bob Sweetan has accepted the challenge of Tully Blanchard's manager, Christopher Love, for that championship match here on Southwest Championship Wrestling next week. We'll wait for the answer. Girls in the ring, championship match. Let's go there now and join our referee, Jack Howe, and our ring announcer, Joe Blanchard.
Introducing your next event, one fall with a 15-minute time limit for the U.S. Ladies Championship. Introducing first the challenger. She is from Ireland at 141 pounds. She is Velvet McIntyre. And introducing from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, she weighs 152 pounds, the U.S. Ladies Champion, Judy Martin. One fall, 15-minute time limit.
Well, here's a championship match. The U.S. Girls Championship on the line. Judy Martin defending her title against Velvet McIntyre. The referee, Jack Howe, has the belt. And as we get ready to watch this championship match, don't forget, maybe next week, Bob Sweetan against Tully Blanchard for the Southwest Championship. Judy Martin off with a jacket. She's the champion. Oh, Velvet McIntyre starts with a drop kick. Another drop kick. Judy Martin bells out of the ring. She said, whoop. What's going on here? I'm the champion. What's going on? Well, she's getting no respect from Velvet McIntyre. That's for sure. Velvet McIntyre has her laid across that top rope. Goes a forearm from in behind. Martin goes down. Now, Velvet McIntyre brings her inside. Has hold of the hair of Judy Martin. She slapped her. Oh, she slapped her. And there goes Martin out of the ring on the other side now. Well, the champion not getting a very good shake here in the opening part of the match. As Velvet McIntyre came prepared, and we talked to her earlier in the week, and she said she'd been putting everything into this. She just feels like she can just stay with anybody, and she would like to strip Judy Martin of that championship here today on Southwest Championship Wrestling. But there's the champion. You can see she is ready. She comes back fighting. Judy Martin. All you fans in the state capital of Texas over in Austin tonight at the Memorial Coliseum, the excitement of Southwest Championship Wrestling will be there. So we'll see in Austin, Texas tonight. Judy Martin coming in between the ropes. She don't want to have nothing to do with Velvet McIntyre, and they're staying across the ring from each other. Now they lock up. Side headlock by Judy Martin. She threw a fist right on the jaw of Velvet McIntyre. Grabs her by the hair, throws her down. Oh. Velvet McIntyre from Ireland trying to win the U.S. Girls Championship as she battles it out with the champion Judy Martin. Over the top she went. That elbow catches her and knocks her down as she tries to come back. Big forearm around the area of the throat. Off the ropes, Velvet McIntyre ducks underneath. Cross body block. She's got her down. Oh, she didn't get her. Just got her too. Now, Velvet McIntyre's hooked her, and she has her for a 2 count as Judy Martin come out. Judy Martin staying in between the ropes, trying to get a breather. Jack Howe telling Velvet McIntyre to stay back, let Judy get out of that corner. Off the ropes comes Judy Martin. She goes over the top of Velvet McIntyre, and she kicks her with a knee and takes her down. Judy Martin from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Beautiful country down there. I was stationed over in Columbia, South Carolina at Fort Jackson when I was in the Army. Not too far from Myrtle Beach. Judy Martin reaches down, grabs the hair of Velvet McIntyre, and she snaps her over with the hair. Outside the ring and onto the apron is Velvet McIntyre. Martin pulling her in by the hair. Oh, that hurts. The Sheepherders from New Zealand will appear on Southwest Championship Wrestling later on today. Right now, we're watching the U.S. Girls Championship. Judy Martin defending her title against Velvet McIntyre. Martin with the hair slams McIntyre to the mat. Referee Jack Howe warns her about that hair going. Judy Martin knows what she can get by with. Judy Martin holding on to the hair of Velvet McIntyre. There's a forearm to the back. Knocks Velvet McIntyre down. Oh, this Judy Martin is tough. No way she wants to give that championship up. This time limit on this match was extended to 15 minutes. Usually all television matches are 10 minutes, but it's been extended 15 for this U.S. Girls Championship. With a fist, but here's Judy right back with that knee in the back. High in the air, down goes Velvet McIntyre. But Velvet has reached over, snatched the leg, Judy Martin down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and ladies and gentlemen, The U.S. Girls Championship has changed hands after Velvet McIntyre was put down with a suplex. She reached over and snatched Judy Martin, had her down. The referee, Jack Howe, was there. It's 1, 2, 3, and the new U.S. Girls Championship, Velvet McIntyre. Stay tuned, because we'll be back with more right after this. Gentlemen, Bobby Jaggers is here. He'll be going in the ring in just a little while. Of course, he has with him the Southwest Tag Team Championship.
I'll tell you something, Steve Stacks. You know, there's a lot of people around that want to capitalize on things. You know, one of the most embarrassing days of my life was a few weeks ago right here. And you want to know something? The people that write trash like this, they want to capitalize on Bobby Jaggers. They're not going to do it. The world wants to capitalize on Bobby Jaggers. I want to tell you something, Scott Casey. You're a thief. If there was 1 ounce of justice in this world, you would be in jail. I know that I beat you. These friends of mine know. In Kansas, you get hung for horse stealing, Daddy. But I got news for you. With these 2 men right here, they have promised me I will get back everything that was taken from me. And Casey, you are going to get it back tenfold or more, and you can go to the bank on it, Daddy. Am I right, Brother John?
Listen,
That's right.
we have taken Bobby Jaggers under our flag to give him bloody guidance, because you can't get guidance waving your little old lorry around. This flag here happens to be the greatest bloody flag in the world. We're the greatest team, and we're going to get Jaggers' horse back. We're going to make Jaggers into a champion. We're not interested in a single title. We are the tag team bloody champions. The greatest champions in the world. Now look, let's face it. See this flag?
I see it.
Every bloody time we go to the ring, we respect our country. This country here does not respect itself. This flag here is the only flag in professional wrestling that means any bloody thing. Now, see these little flags here? They're like you put notches on your gun. When we hurt one of you stinking Yanks, we're going to put a notch on the gun. On the gun. And the gun happens to be our flagpole, and the gun itself is the greatest flag in the world, the flag of New Zealand. How appropriate. How appropriate. We're the greatest bloody team in the world.
I wish you'd take those American flags and turn
Here
them
they go
right side
again.
up.
You listen to these people chant. Okay, last week they wouldn't let me get through with a poem. So this week, I'm going to do the poem. It goes like this. You fans have seen the wrestling games best. Men from all nations with hair on their chest. Some of you admired, and some of you have hate. And some are so lousy, they just didn't rate. But who's the greatest of all present and past? The kids from down under, they're rolling my fast. Who are these men? These men of such fame? Sheepherders, that's the best in the West! Remember that, Stack?
The Sheepherders, the Southwest Tag Team Champions. Let's go to the ring now with our ring announcer, Joe Blanchard.
Introducing your next event, 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. First, from Dunlop, Kansas, he weighs 265 pounds, the Jayhawker, Bobby Jaggers. Jaggers. Introducing his opponent, the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. He is now making his home in Round Rock, Texas, 283 pounds, Mr. Pile Driver, Bob Sweetan. Sweetan, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit.
The Southwest champion, Bob Sweetan, in the ring for an unscheduled appearance. I had a gentleman by the name of Danny Hunter going into the ring, but here is Bob Sweetan against Bobby Jaggers. Oh, did Sweetan knock him back. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling coming to you from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas. Sweetan holding on to Jaggers. As we watch this match, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you that Southwest Championship Wrestling goes on tour to make money for your civic organization or charity. Same stars you view every year a week on your favorite TV station, U.S. Cable Network, and stars like Tully Blanchard, Adrian Adonis, Bob Sweetan, Bobby Jaggers, El Santo Negro, Mondo Grill, Casey, Sugar, McGraw, Sheepherders, Turk, Embry, and more. They'll come to your town to raise money for your charity or your civic organization. Southwest Championship Wrestling will supply everything needed to hold the matches in the location of your choice. We even supply the ring and a referee. You get much more than you ever imagined. If you're interested in making money for your civic organization or group, call today and reserve a date in your town. For information, call Charlotte Carboni at Southwest Championship Wrestling Headquarters Booking Office, 512-732-0883. Let our wrestling stars work for your group for charity. Look at Jaggers. Uh-oh, Sweetan grabs him, throws him into the turnbuckle. Suplex as Sweetan got him down. 1, 2. Jaggers has a leg over the bottom rope. Sweetan rakes the boot across the eyes. Sweetan lays it in there. Well, I still haven't heard anything from Christopher Love, the manager of Tully Blanchard, to see if he is willing to put Tully Blanchard into the ring here against Bob Sweetan for that Southwest Championship. Jaggers rolls Sweetan over, got a 2 count. Sweetan gets that 285 pounds going the other way. 2 big men, 265, 285. Jaggers pulling the hair. The referee, Jack Howe, tells him to watch it. Jaggers raking those fingers very close to the eyes. Referee Jack Howe has to step in between, push him back. Whipped into the rope. Sweetan, oh, catches an elbow and down he goes. Jaggers has him covered up, only gets a 1 count as Sweetan quickly kicks out from underneath. Sweetan comes out of that corner swinging, grabs Jaggers by the head, slams his head into the turnbuckle, holds on to him, continues to slam it in there. Sweetan whips him across the ring into the turnbuckle, catches him out of there with a boot. Going for the power driver, he's got him up. Uh-oh, here come the Sheepherders. Here come the Sheepherders. There's the bell. The Sheepherders coming in to interfere. The Sheepherders coming in to interfere to keep Bob Sweetan from pile driving Bobby Jaggers. I don't know what this newly organized trio is. Jaggers and the 2 Sheepherders, Luke Williams and Jonathan Boyd. But it's going to be Bob Sweetan, the winner of the match. Bobby Jaggers disqualified for the interference from the Sheepherder. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. Back here with me on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And Scott, we're going to show the fans in a little while what happened at the Summit in Houston, Texas on May the 21st.
That's absolutely right. I tell you, it was probably the toughest match in my 11-year career I've ever had when I went against Abdullah the Butcher. This man's around 400 pounds. He's a Sudanese. He's from Sudan. He speaks virtually no English, but he knows one thing, and that's go forward. And believe you me, he can fight. He can really go forward. But I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Abdullah. Maybe someone can interpret that for you, because I will come at you again. I'm a competitor. I'm a pro wrestler. That's what it's all about, competition. And I'm never going to back down from any of them, especially you. And I love the competition, and I know he'll give it to me. Also, we'll see what happens with Terry Funk in this thing, I believe, because it was one wild evening there at the Summit, Steve.
Yes, it was. Okay, Scott, let's take the fans now to the Summit in Houston, Texas, May the 21st. The Cowboy Scott Casey facing the wild man from the Sudan, Abdullah the Butcher. Here you see Casey making his way down to ringside. Gets up on the apron coming into the ring. Scott, well loved by professional wrestling fans around the world. One of the most popular wrestlers anywhere in the world today in professional wrestling. Getting ready to meet Abdullah the Butcher. And there you see Abdullah the Butcher making his way into the ring to Summit. I didn't even want to be in the ring when I saw this wild man get up on the apron, but had to be there for the introductions. He crawls to the ropes, and ladies and gentlemen, time will not allow us to show you this complete match. What you'll be seeing is highlights of Abdullah the Butcher against Scott Casey. Oh, we pick up the action in the match now as Scott Casey has been taking a beating from Abdullah the Butcher, tries to make a comeback. It's been all Abdullah the Butcher, but you see Casey's about had enough. He got that boot off, using to his advantage, but it doesn't last long as there's that big headbutt of Abdullah the Butcher, and Scott Casey drops down to one knee. Casey's trying to knock him back, get him off of him, get a breather, get that second win, try to put this big Abdullah the Butcher down, but he can't do it. Abdullah the Butcher staying on top of Scott Casey. They're on the ropes. The referee, Jack Howe, coming in, trying to make him break. Abdullah the Butcher knows he has a 5 count. He breaks at 3. And Casey decides, well, if you can do it, I can do it. And Casey goes after Abdullah the Butcher. The referee, Jack Howe, in there once again, telling Casey to break. And Casey takes the fingers and rakes around the area of the eyes of Abdullah the Butcher. Butcher whips Casey across the ring. Oh, Casey tries to knock him down, and that shows you how powerful Abdullah the Butcher is. He didn't even barely move. This time he was ready for Casey, and Casey's down on the mat. Casey is really taking quite a beating in this match. Here comes a count. 1. He picked. It was a 3 count. That's right, a 3 count. Abdullah the Butcher defeats Scott Casey, and yet he doesn't give up. He just keeps going after him. He's already won the match. Abdullah the Butcher trying to be pulled off by the referee, Jack Howe, but Abdullah the Butcher just stays on top of Scott Casey. Scott Casey getting it from Abdullah the Butcher. Oh, here comes Terry Funk. Terry Funk has a chair. He hits the Butcher with it. Hits him again. Oh. And Terry Funk had been standing in the background watching the punishment that Scott Casey was taking from Abdullah the Butcher, and had enough, and he comes out to help out his friend from Amarillo, Texas. Terry Funk getting after Abdullah the Butcher. Fans are going wild, as you can hear in the background. Abdullah the Butcher goes after Terry Funk now. And Abdullah the Butcher with a foreign object. First he knocks down the referee, Jack Howe, who's out on the apron. Now he goes after Terry Funk. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this.
Event of the evening, 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. From New Zealand at a combined weight of 455 pounds, introducing the Sheepherders. The Sheepherders introducing their opponents at 219 pounds from St. Petersburg, Florida, Brickhouse Brown. And his partner from Cloverport, Kentucky, at 220 pounds, the All-American boy, Eric Embry. Embry, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit.
Well, the chant at the junction is USA. The American flag scattered throughout the crowd as the Sheepherders bring their New Zealand flag into the ring. Oh, they just about went after Embry with it. The Sheepherders against Eric Embry and Brickhouse Brown. Let's see, it's Embry starting against Sheepherder Luke Williams. There's a quick quick tag. In comes the other sheepherder. This is Jonathan Boyd. Look at Eric Embry. Boy, this young man has come on strong in Southwest Championship Wrestling. What an improvement he has made since he took that vicious beating from Tully Blanchard here a few months back. There's a snap bear by the Sheepherder. Drops that knee. Oh, that was right across the mouth. Look at him put the twisted arm. He tags out. In comes Brickhouse Brown. Southwest Championship Wrestling coming to St. Louis, Missouri. All you fans in the St. Louis area, watch for it. It's coming soon. Brickhouse Brown being held by the Sheepherder. There's the tag. Sheepherders on that tag. They like to stretch that count out as long as they can. They know they have to break it a count of 5, and they'll hold on as long as they can. Sometimes it seems like they hold over just a little bit past that 5. They try to get back with every second they can to hold their opponent and really punish them. There's a tag. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and he lets go. Brickhouse Brown trying to make his way over to tag out to Eric Embry. The Sheepherder outside the ring is yelling in to break his arm, break his arm. There's a tag. Sheepherder in the ring holds on. Now here's the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he finally lets go. Just as the referee was about to come up with that 5 count. They stretch this thing out as much as they can. They can bend those rules. They're masters at it. Embry coming in to help out. Referee Jack Howe intercepts him. And while Jack Howe gets Embry out, the 2 Sheepherders punish Brickhouse Brown. There's the tag. Hammerlock by John Boyd, the Sheepherder. The other Sheepherder tags in. No. Did he make the tag? Yes, I guess he did. Yes. Punishing in that left arm there. Really looks to me like they're trying to break it. Keeps yelling up bloody Yanks. I'd like to call them a name or two. I don't believe they'd put it on the air. These New Zealanders. No, anybody's really got too much use for them. Here comes the chant. USA, USA. Tag. Boyd tags in. Up on the middle rope. Right into that shoulder. How much can Brickhouse Brown take? Back to the hammerlock. Brickhouse Brown unable to get over to tag out to Eric Embry. Kicking that shoulder. Here comes that long count again. It's a long count for the man that's being held by the Sheepherders. Actually, they break at 5 before the referee disqualified. Brickhouse Brown didn't make the tag. He was close, but he didn't make it. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas. Did he make it that time? Yes, he did. Eric Embry in the ring. Embry gets the crowd excited. see Sweet Brown Sugar coming around. Sweet Brown Sugar has asked Brickhouse Brown to get down from the ring as Eric Embry really battles the two Sheepherders. Sweet Brown Sugar is taking Brickhouse Brown out of the ring. He's really injured. It's Embry punishing both Sheepherders. Brickhouse Brown is gone. He really took the punishment. Off the rope. Oh, Embry went flying, hoping to lay across one of those Sheepherders, but he wasn't there. Embry is hurt. He's going over to make a tag, and Brickhouse Brown is not there. Brickhouse Brown, whose shoulder and arm were injured, it's possible that the shoulder may have been pulled out of the socket, was led away from ringside by Sweet Brown Sugar. Now it's 2-on-1. Headbutt, down goes Embry. The people are yelling, Casey, Casey, Casey. They'd like Casey to come out to help Embry. But Embry is going it alone. Breaks that face, pulls it down across the room. Now here comes Sweet Brown Sugar back out. Sweet Brown Sugar is out here cheering. Sweet Brown Sugar is out here cheering Eric Embry on. Embry is really taking a beating. Here comes Armando Guerrero cheering on. Embry going for the crowd, making the big move. Sheepherder tried to stall him. Embry has learned his lesson well in the gym. Let's see if he can come back here against 2-on-1. Sweet Brown Sugar is cheering him on. Armando Guerrero is cheering him on. Sheepherder, Jonathan Boyd grabs him, shoves him into that turnbuckle face first, and down goes Embry. Boy, Eric Embry with a fist. Eric Embry with another fist. There's one to the jaw. The Sheepherder's down. He tags out. Luke Williams in. Embry's ready for him. But Williams is kicking in. The fan behind Eric Embry as he knocks a Sheepherder down. Eric Embry is what America stands for. You can tell it. He's trying to make that comeback. He doesn't want to give up to these Sheepherders who claim their flag flies over the championship of 37 countries. They're trying to make it over the United States flag, but it's guys like Eric Embry and Sweet Brown Sugar and Armando Guerrero trying to keep them from it. Slam Embry down. Boy, he's been going alone now. Sheepherder on the middle rope, dives right across the chest. It looks like Eric Embry may have had all he can stake. El Santo Negro, the masked man from Guadalajara, Mexico, now is out there cheering Eric Embry on. The fans are cheering on. I think I'll cheer him on. Come on, Eric. Embry knocks him down. 2-on-1. Now the referee, Jack Howe, finally gets one of the Sheepherders out of the ring. The other one is still punishing Eric Embry. Sweet Brown Sugar getting the crowd going. USA, listen to this crowd. Oh, that tells it all. Embry, here's the chant. Starts throwing the punches, but they stop him in a hurry. I'm surprised, and I've got to give credit to Eric Embry. I'm surprised he's been able to last this long. The workouts with Bob Sweetan. Sweet Brown Sugar is showing here as he has the stamina to somehow hold on. Sheepherder, Jonathan Boyd up on the middle rope. Luke Williams holds Embry right across the chest. They drop him down. It may be all over right here. Boyd's the legal man in the ring. Here comes the count. It's 1, 2. Oh, Sweet Brown Sugar comes in. That's going to cost Eric Embry the match. Sweet Brown Sugar had about all he could stand, but boy, Eric Embry, if anybody ever showed what the United States flag was all about, the all-American man, Eric Embry, in the ring. He held off the two Sheepherders as long as he could, took the punishment, gets disqualified because Sweet Brown Sugar was out to help. You can't blame him. Don't go away, because there's more coming up right after this.
He's going to crucify Bob Sweetan. Sweetan said yes. And, oh, God, this is so exciting. I have never in my life been this excited because next Monday night, right here on television, will be the demise, will be the fall, will be the end of Bob Sweetan. Tully Blanchard, wrestling's gorgeous, greatest wrestling machine. The Red Rocker will defeat Bob Sweetan, and we'll have the championship. Bob Sweetan, the music you hear is going to be your nightmare, honey, because Tully's going to lay it on you, and I'm going to be here. Now, everybody in the audience that can hear me, people, I want evening gowns and black ties because we're going to celebrate with champagne, honey, because Tully's going to win it all right here next week, and I'm so excited.
Tully Blanchard's manager, Christopher Love, what can I tell you? The match has been signed. Bob